I have said this for a long time. I still do not believe he has fully gotten over his ex, Camille Rowe. Because I just got the Devil card, which is representative of Capricorn, and she was a Capricorn. And I'm not saying she's the only Capricorn he's dated, but she made the biggest impact, in my opinion, especially with Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups often Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Hallie. So grateful to have you all. Let's get right into this reading. I'm really excited to be doing this. I have picked up with the updates and I'm starting off with Harry Styles. It is Aquarius season. It's almost his birthday. As a fellow Aquarius, I want to wish him a happy birthday. And I hope he has, I believe it's the 1st of February, his birthday. So I'm excited for him. I hope he has a wonderful birthday. So I'm doing an update. This is being requested. A lot of you are Harry Styles fans. I'm so grateful. Some of you have said I'm the best Harry Styles reader. It is absolutely an honor for you to say that. So thank you so much, those of you who said that. Those of you who watch, subscribe, like. I am very appreciative. So I'm going to get into this reading. I'll be doing career, love, well-being. This is an update. I did already a 2025 prediction of his. He was the first one, I believe, because I always do him first. I think just because our charts are very similar, we're around the same age. His birthday is 5 days before mine. Mine's the 6th of February. We both have risingly. We're both predominantly with a lot of earth in our chart. So I feel like that's why I can relate to him a lot. I do have 2 memberships available. If you're interested, check out the membership tab. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'm using Earth Woman Tarot. I love this deck. I actually got this on Amazon, but I just bought some prints of hers from Etsy that I'm going to be putting up in my room. And I'm really excited for that. Her name is Tan Ellis, I believe. She's from the UK, or she lives in the UK. I don't know where she's from. Actually, Tan sounds like a South African name. She could be South African. Anyway, so I really appreciate her artwork. It's really beautiful and inspiring, actually. Okay, so I shuffled the cards. I did my meditation. I called on the angels. And when I was shuffling the cards, I got like somber. I've been picking up a somber energy from him this year. I believe he's turning 32 from what some of you have told me. And I say this all the time. When I turned 32, it was really like a come to Jesus moment for me. I don't want to make this about me. I'm relating it to the story because we're very similar in our personalities, our charts. And I just want to show how a story can relate to another. And I'm sure you have a similar story. I would love to hear about that too. I love to hear your stories too. So when I turned 32, I've said this before on the channel, I had like a come to Jesus moment, whatever you want to call it. And I was living in LA and I decided to leave LA. I decided to move to Miami, where I live right now. And I changed careers. I used to be a yoga teacher. I had a big kind of, I wouldn't say it's a midlife crisis, but I was like, what am I doing with my life, you know? And I see that happening with him too, very strongly, very, very strongly. So with career being 9 of Pentacles, he might not be 32, he might be 31, but I'm just thinking the energy of early 30s, that's the energy that I get. 9 of Pentacles being his career. So he wants to focus, I'll show you the card. He wants to focus on building. And that's the thing about Aquarius. We are big, Sun in Aquarius. Or if you have predominant Aquarius in your chart, we're big on building. We're big on leaving a legacy behind. We don't want to be the kind of person that just lives to live. In general, I'm just generalizing because most Aquarius relates to this. We like to make a name for ourselves. We like to leave our name behind or make an impact in the world, you know. And whether it's good, whether it's working with light, whether it's working with shadow, you know, there are some famous Aquarius that I've seen that are living in their shadow who, in my opinion, do some things that I don't agree with. But for the most part, I think that's why we have the most famous people. I think us in Sagittarius are the most famous people from what I can remember, because we want people to know we were alive, you know. We want to leave a legacy behind, and it's not just about money for a lot of us, it's about a name. And with him, with building his name, he wants to go into fashion. I did picture this before, and some of you said that some of you told me that before. Sorry about the smacking lips. I got feedback that I smacked my lips, and I'm going to work on it because it is a bad, it's a bad habit, and I apologize. And so some of you said that he's focusing on fashion. Let's see. I see him in a black suit where he's not wearing anything under, like, you know, like not wearing an underdress or an undershirt, just a black suit, and being barefoot and performing. Let's see. He might be performing at the Grammys. I do see I said in my 2025 predictions, I see a new album coming, and I see a tour coming. By October, we're going to hear about it. So right now, it's going to be kind of blues influenced. I did say I saw him doing a song about Olivia Wilde that was going to be kind of angry. I don't think it's come out yet. I see it coming out quite soon. Not necessarily angry, but just getting out his frustration. And that's the thing about Aquarius. We have to get out our frustration in some creative form. Air signs. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. You know what? Quick story, because this does relate to it. When I was a teenager, I used to draw and draw and draw in my room. I would forget to eat. I'd forget to do everything. I would just be drawing on my canvas. And he's very similar in that way. I've said this before. I think that's why I picked up health issues last year, which I ended up suffering from too, which is so funny. Is that sometimes we can work so much, even though I know it, I still forget that we need to eat, we need to take care of ourselves, we need to sleep. Sometimes we just go into go mode and we forget that. And I see that happening with him, but he needs to really, really, really take it easy. Because I see health issues happening again, where he's like fainting on stage, feeling dizzy. Sometimes, very similarly, I'll forget to eat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I feel dizzy? And I'm like, I need to eat, you know? It's just how we are. We're wired to constantly think and to constantly work. So we have to remember to take care of ourselves. That's big for Aquarius, remembering to take care of ourselves. So, Page of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles. This is him taking care of himself. Good. So he is, a lot of things he was going to work on before, he's had to put on pause, because I don't want to get too much into his health issues because that's his business. I always say this, my channel is about learning and what we can learn from situations. I believe we can learn from everybody, and that's why I do this channel. And what we can learn from this situation is really to take care of yourself, especially if you're Sun in Aquarius. Sun in Aquarius and Sun in Virgos have this too, where we work ourselves to the bone, that we forget to eat, we forget to drink water, we forget. Oftentimes we end up really exhausted because we're like, oh my gosh, I've just been working. So just make sure you take care of yourself, your Sun in Aquarius and Sun in Virgo, because I've seen it happen a lot. And with 4 of Pentacles, he's doing that. And I think he's consulted people, especially Page of Wands. He's consulted people. He's like looking on social media what to do, how to take care of himself. He's being inspired by people, like food-wise, really eating, you know, nutritious food, stuff like that. So I'm very happy for him. That's really good. And I think even I saw him in a kitchen, which is a beautiful kitchen. It's like Tuscan inspired. I see like yellow and teal. I love those colors. They're my 2 favorite colors. And especially teal. A lot of Aquarius, our favorite color is teal. And I see like a teal type kitchen, teal and sea green and yellow kitchen. And him cooking and really getting into cooking again, really getting into enjoying himself, you know, as he deserves to do. So with love, 8 of Wands. I've pictured his future love. I don't know if she's coming just yet. I just got the number 34. Now, time can change because intuition and time are 2 different constructs. One, I believe, comes from downloads, comes from the cosmos. The other, we created ourselves. We created time. So time is fluid when it comes to reading. So I'm not sure if it's exactly when he's 34, but I see mid-30s. She's coming into his life. So not just yet, but I do see him having one more relationship before she comes in. And let's see who this relationship is. He's very fascinating to do a reading on because he's the quintessential Aquarius. And I feel like if you're Aquarius, fellow Aquarius, you want to know more about Aquarius, it's just interesting. Or just know more about herself. He's a very good person to do a reading on. Okay, so I have said this for a long time. I still do not believe he has fully gotten over his ex, Camille Rowe. Because I just got the Devil card, which is representative of Capricorn. And she was a Capricorn. And I'm not saying she's the only Capricorn he's dated, but she made the biggest impact, in my opinion. Especially with Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups often refers to the past, you know. It shows up when it's something that we haven't healed from. It's something that we need to learn from, that we still haven't learned from, that we ought to. So I get the strong energy that he hasn't, and this is very Aquarius, especially if you're Venus in Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius. It's something I've had to work on through therapy and over years. Unpacking your emotions. A lot of the time we box our emotions down and we forget about them, and that's why some Aquarius can drink a lot, just to avoid dealing with emotions. Because people think we're not emotional people. That's incorrect. We are, but we don't like to show our emotions to everybody, number one. And we often feel powerless if we let our emotions out, because oftentimes when we let it out, we get very angry, and to the point that we say things we shouldn't say, we lash out, and so forth and so forth. So it's very important, if you're Aquarius, if you're Sun in Aquarius, if you're not an Aquarius, and other signs too, but I see it a lot in Aquarius. I am one. Learn to deal with your emotions. Learn really to figure out where things are coming from, especially with your childhood trauma. And I'm going to do an Aquarius video. It might have already premiered by the time the public is watching this. But really learn to deal with your emotions. Don't place it on other people. I'm going to talk about how there's different types of Aquarius and stuff like that. I'm really excited to do it because it's giving me a chance during Aquarius season to break us down, because we're very mysterious people, you know. And I think people misunderstand us a lot. I think us, I say this all the time, us, Aquarius, Gemini, and Scorpio, we're the most misunderstood because we don't trust easily. It takes a lot for us to trust people. A lot. Because a lot of us are holding on to baggage or mistrust, betrayal, that we need to also let go of. It needs to be like a happy medium, you know. So with Ace of Swords, I see him wanting to contact her and tell her something. Like and this has been my experience too with Capricorns, you know. I've said this on my channel before. I'm only relating it because I can relate so intensely. You have no idea. When I do Harry Styles readings, I'm like, I felt that exact feeling. That's how I know. I know how he feels or how the energy comes across. But my longest relationship was with a Capricorn, right? And I often talk about how sometimes he would say like really mean things to me, and I would just be like shocked that somebody even said this to me. And I was very young, you know. I learned a lot from it. He taught me actually to apologize, you know, because he never apologized. And I get similar sentiment here with him and Camille Rowe, because she is a Sun in Capricorn, that he wants to tell her, you see this crown and the sword, he wants to tell her, you stole something from me. You ripped a part of this dream, and I can relate so much. You ripped a part of my innocence and a lot of my dreams. And I think a part of him that feels like she did that wants to get back at him. I wants to get back at her, excuse me, by being overly successful, by dating beautiful women. But I think she's always going to be in the back of his head. Always. Until he gets his closure. And it's difficult. Getting closure from Capricorns is very difficult. Trust me, very, very difficult. You have to do it yourself. And the only advice I would give, if there is any advice to give anybody's listening, if somebody doesn't want to give you closure, they want to hold it over you, if they want to use it against you, if they will never apologize, give it to yourself. Say sorry to yourself. Say, sorry, I put you in that situation. Sorry, write yourself a letter. I apologize that you were misunderstood. I apologize that this person did this to you. Take the power out of their hands and put it in your own. Because some people, I'm telling you, that Capricorn ex I had has never apologized to this day. And it's fine, he doesn't have to. And I had to realize that too, that not everybody's going to say sorry, and it's okay. Doesn't mean that they need to be in your life, but don't have them have that power over you for the rest of your life, you know. So that's what I see about he needs to come to terms with, she will never apologize. Because I see that she would kind of, she played games with him. It's kind of sad. I think she was nice, you know, sweet in the general terms, but when it came to like loving, she was afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to really be interested, afraid to really, and it's scary. Being in relationships is scary because you have to show that person all of you and you have to accept that person, which I've seen Sun and Capricorn struggle with. They often struggle with people seeing all of them and hoping that the person doesn't run away. And you have to be strong enough in yourself to give enough to know that person, if they run away, it's not anything to do with you. It's just life. So with Queen of Pentacles being his well-being, I see there's a woman helping him, like a manager type, with business. She's like a new business manager. I get April, she's coming into April to October is going to be a very interesting time for him. Very interesting time. I wonder what's happening planetarily, because I feel like it might relate to with the star being Aquarius. So I think she might be a Sun in Sagittarius. There's nothing romantic. She's just there to help him. It might also be like an aunt. It's somebody, it's not his mother, but it's somebody that's close to him, that's a little older, and she's very good at marketing, managing. I see her strongly being either Sun in Sagittarius or having strong Sun in Sagittarius in her chart. Knight of Swords and the Temperance. And she's very good at being like, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. Temperance is about bringing balance. She's going to bring balance into his life. Or she might be like a chef. I see him working with some kind of food. He might come out with like a cookbook talking about how he had health issues and food safety. He might. I see that very strongly. So with King of Swords also being his well-being, just to clarify the general energy, very King of Swords energy is very Aquarius. He's looking at solutions, you know, and that's the thing. I think we're very problem solver type people. That's why we suppress our emotions, because we're like, okay, what's the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer to everything? But sometimes there is no answer. Sometimes things just are the way that they are. And I would recommend, if he were to take any advice, to let it be. There's something, especially with this Capricorn in his past. I believe it's Camille Rowe. He wants to solve the problem of what happened. But I encourage him to let go of the control and just let it be. Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Hanged One. Just let it be. Let go of the control. Focus on meditation, hikes, nature. I actually see a horse. I see him on a horse. Just let it be. So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys. It's Harry Styles. I will be doing some more updates very soon, so please stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like, comment. I would love to hear what to say. Take care.